Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for an absolutely beautiful car. This is a Honda Accord 2-litre EX automatic with just 55,000 miles on the clock, and it's in absolutely amazing condition inside and out. Go around the car first for you. On the outside, front of the car completely clear with the lights and lenses, no cracks or condensation in those at all. Front bumper very clean and tidy. Bonnet itself hardly exhibits a mark or a stone chip anywhere on there at all. It is in, so it's wonderful. Come down the near side first. You'll see it's got body protectors all around on the car, sign of really good ownership. But the near side there, can't see any indentations at all on the paintwork. Near side front alloy really good, and then coming down the panels, again very clean and tidy. Near side rear alloy, again completely unmarked, and going around this way, lovely angle for the car as well, by the way, but the panels are exceptionally clean. Rear of the car, again no marks on the corners at all. And offside, driver's side of the vehicle, as with the near side, just unbelievably clean. It really is in wonderful condition. Near side alloy on the rear, again absolutely beautifully clean, and remaining panel work down this side continues the theme. It is quite extraordinary. And then final alloy, the only really obvious marks on the car right on the outside edge of the alloy there. You've got a few very light marks, but that's about the only thing you're going to see on the car. It is extraordinarily clean. It's coming into the boot area now. Again, just been kept wonderfully. I mean, it looks pretty much factory fresh in there. Underneath here you'll find that all the original tools, spare wheel, etc. are all in there and still with the vehicle. So coming inside the car now, if anything, the interior is even better than the outside, if that's even remotely possible, because I have yet to see an Accord of pretty much any age that's been kept as well as this inside, and we've had some truly lovely examples. Coming to the near side front door, all the door cards look again absolutely as new. There's a full set of original Honda mats fitted to the car, again all in pristine condition. The front passenger seat there has been given virtually no use at all. So finally, just to come to the driver's door card, again in exquisite condition. Footwell errors, again all absolutely beautiful. The driver's seat for a car of its age and mileage is in really stunning condition. So sat inside the car now, just going to pan across the dashboard to show it for you while the engine's running, so it's all illuminated. It looks absolutely factory fresh. It is in remarkable condition. You can see there, sat nav working perfectly. Put the car into reverse, you've got that lovely clear colour parking camera. But the video will not do justice to just how beautifully this car has been kept. Coming across the main dashboard binnacle, pan in there for you, hopefully you can see. 55,399 miles, and there are no warning lights at all on the dashboard. Steering wheel all functioning exactly as it should, HFT etc. Looks and feels absolutely as new in hand, and it really is. So it's one you need to see in the flesh, in all honesty. It's whilst the videos help, they certainly don't do justice to this car in any way. So finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and locking walnut key, both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Accord, and it's a 2-litre EX automatic. This particular car is registered YB08UZL, and mileage just 55,389. The reason for doing the videos, as I say in all of them, it's very simple. We just want customers to see the cars we're advertising actually in operation. So it gives us a chance to feedback on any issues there may be on the vehicle prior to coming to see us. We know just how frustrating it can be to go and see a car which can look great in the photos and the advert, only to get there and find out that it's got a fundamental issue which you clearly should have been told about before setting off. So that's why we do it. It's also done on these lovely quiet country roads very close to our premises, and this form is actually part of the road test route any prospective buyer would go on should they be offered a test drive in the car. car itself's been very well looked after, as you'll know from the advert. Engine starts absolutely instantly, of course, settles to a smooth, even idle. No warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge running as a third, and the car's been running for well over an hour now, so clearly up to full operating temperature. The engines are just wonderful units, typical Honda, especially of this vintage, smooth, refined, hard to believe it's a 4-cylinder in all honesty, because there's hardly any vibration can come back into the car at all through the engine. It's just wonderful power delivery. They've obviously got a reputation for being incredibly reliable and long lasting. Being cam chain driven helps in that respect, in my opinion, but it's a lovely engine. It also is very, very economical. You know, on longer runs in particular, you know, it's amazing the economy you can get out of these things. But just as I said, lovely unit to sit behind and use. Automatic gearbox, obviously Honda's own. Again, lovely gearbox, really nicely matched the chassis as well to the engine, by the way. So the gear ratio is well chosen to give you the best mix of performance and economy, and they've done a lovely job in that respect. Gear changes are really, really smooth, as they should be. Having said that, regardless of, you know, reputation, you should always do the obvious checks. Just make sure when it does change gear, like now, you can hardly feel it, but also that stationary when you select drive and reverse, there shouldn't be any sort of great delays or thunks in engagement, and there's nothing at all. All is exactly as it should be. Steering on the car is one of the positives of this car, because it's just absolutely brilliant. I mean, I've always loved these cars, and it's hard to do these without coming across horribly biased, but I'll openly admit I am, because I think it just gets so many of the key elements right. The powertrain of the car, the engine, gearbox are brilliant, and then the bits that you then use thereafter, steering, chassis, brakes, everything are just really top drawer. Steering's got a lovely weighting to it. It makes the car feel lovely and solid and secure on the road. Really accurate, really precise, and it just got this lovely kind of oily feel to it. So when you turn, everything just turns into motion, so the chassis faithfully kind of follows the steering inputs, and it just, as I say, it just feels so nice on the road. It also tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, so all is good in that respect. Chassis of the car, as I've alluded to, absolutely brilliant. It really is, because again, what it's trying to strike a balance between is being obviously a comfortable car, but one that, you know, for the keener driver kind of rewards as well, and it's incredibly capable. It gives you a really beautifully damped chassis, rides the bumps very, very well indeed, but what it also gives you is very flat cornering, brilliant, absolutely brilliant body control, and an ability to flow through corners even when pushed hard, unmatched by pretty much anything else in its class. There's a handful of cars, in my opinion, that handle in extremes as well as this car does, and gives you the confidence. And I'd probably include, obviously, BMW 3 Series, clearly. It's a very good car regardless of any other failings. And actually the Ford Mondeo, always been a very, very nice chassis on those cars, albeit the chassis is a little bit temperamental in terms of can we get a little bit sort of loose and rattly with age. But this is just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Also, whilst I'm on road test, I am listening out for any kind of clunks or bangs coming from underneath the car that shouldn't be there, and there's nothing at all. You hear it hit the bumps, but there's nothing thereafter. Brakes on the car, really lovely solid brake pedal on the vehicle. There's no pulsing or vibrations when you hit the brake pedal, and it pulls the car up nice and straight and true as well. Coming to the interior, which we haven't cleaned it yet, and is in absolutely stunning condition in here. Amazing how people can keep cars as clean as this, in my opinion, but I'll tip my hat off to them. It's wonderful. It's also just a lovely dashboard. You know, it might be a car that's now coming up to 12 years old, but it feels modern in here still. But although it's very highly equipped, it's really easy to get in, jump and drive. It's a very simple car to operate. Nice quality materials all throughout the interior. Switch gears,
got a quality of actuation which is second to none. It's just brilliant. Dual zone climate control system, so different temperatures side to side. Air conditioning that pumps out lovely cold air, because we tried it in a warm workshop earlier on. Obviously you've got your multi-play CD, you've got the sat nav, as you can see there, working absolutely perfectly. Cruise control works again perfectly as well. Everything's been checked, all good on the car. But what a video cannot get across is actually how well made the car is. Because I could be saying all this with loads of kind of rattles from the interior and little annoying buzzers. There's nothing at all. It is just a sensationally well made car. And you can see why they are so popularly used and why they do command a premium price. It's as simple as that. This is why they're worth the money they are, even with a few years under the belt, because they're just so nice to drive and nice to own, basically. It's as simple as that. You know, this isn't just a worthy car. It's not just a car that's going to be solid and reliable as Hondas tend to be, but it's actually a car you enjoy sitting in, owning and driving in equal measure. It is really is a wonderful vehicle. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it is obviously to show you the car in operation, but also to feedback on any issues. There's nothing at all to feedback. It drives absolutely beautifully. As always though, got any questions about the car, don't hesitate, do give us a call.